Hello everyone, this is BDM of Couch Potato Theater. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'd like to talk to you today about a real ASMR device. A real device that actually works to help relieve headaches, stress, and anxiety in your life. But before I do that, Sarah Silverman just released a new video on the Jash Comedy Network. It's artsy and funny. Let's take a look at the clip.
Mais était-ce un rêve?
Click here below to subscribe to Jash and to check out Sarah's video. Please tell them BDM sent you. That was really hilarious. Today, I'd like to talk to all of you about something I've owned for many, many years. Almost everyone in my wife's family owns one. It's called the Tingler. Now before you laugh, I understand. The Tingler. Sounds like a bad horror movie. It's the ultimate head massager. And it's a real device made completely out of copper. They also make a stainless steel version of it. You can buy this on eBay or at a place called the drugstore. They still manufacture them even today. Now the Tingler is really a pseudo-medical device. They really don't claim it does anything scientifically. But when you get to know the Tingler and the purpose that its creator made it for, you'll see that it actually does have some real-world effects. And it truly is a real ASMR device. You can get them for about 17 bucks. Now, as I said, it's all made out of copper. And all these little copper wires are very flexible. And the handle's even made out of copper. It's a conduit, a simple piece of pipe. Let's see, I'll hold it up so you can see the name, the Tingler. See it? Head massager. Now what we're going to do today is demonstrate the effects and purposes and use of it and help you try to understand how the Tingler works. Now each tip has a soft plastic tip on it. Can you see it? And these safety tips protect your head from scratches from the copper wire itself. And it's very flexible copper. We've had this for many years and it never wore out. It's never broke. And it's very easy to manipulate. What you do is you bend all the wires out, kind of like in the shape of a pumpkin. The roundness of a human head. And once you spread them out, it takes a while. And as you can see, all the tips of the Tingler have plastic protective ends. And all of the wires come down to the single copper conduit. Almost a collection area, if you will. And the Tingler, if you want to get into the pseudoscience of it, collects all the negative energy out of your head. I'm not going to show you just yet. And it collects it up in here and then lets the copper disperse it when you leave it to relax. Now you might say, what are you talking about? You've got to be insane. I want you to think about it. When you take a balloon and you rub it against fabric or felt, you create a static charge, don't you? You rub a balloon against fabric, and all of the negative particles collect to the positive particles, the balloon. Then you put it up to your hair, and your hair stands on end. You're pulling energy, electricity, static electricity, from one end of the spectrum to the other. And it collects. And you can use that energy for your own purposes. You can make a balloon defy gravity and stick to your clothing. You can get your hair to stand on end. The balloon is collecting a charge. The tingler, in a way, as it works on the scalp and the head and gives you a massage, is a conduit of healing energy, touching many, many acupressure points and sensitive nerve endings, and allowing all of the negative energy in your body from your headaches, your anxieties, your stresses, your day-to-day toils, all collect down the wires of the tingler, copper conduits, and collect into the handle so that they can disperse out away from your body and leave you feeling refreshed, leave you feeling rejuvenated, leave you feeling more relaxed than you have in years. The tingles that you feel going up and down your spine, all through your body, out through your arms, out through your legs, when the tingler is lowered and turned and twisted through your hair and through your scalp, is like a giant balloon collecting all of that negative energy, all of those ions, and pulling it away from your body, leaving your spirit clean and pure and refreshed. I know it sounds silly, but when you give credence to a placebo, when you let it have power over you, you can see that the tingler, all those little tiny edges, all those bent, chaotic, unpredictable nerve endings, reaching out like many, many long strands of a lady's fingernails, striking down onto your head, twisting onto your scalp. You can see how that would have an effect on your body, your spirit, and your mind all at once. The tingler is an amazing device. My wife and her cousin got one at the same time, and they noticed that if you do it to yourself, and here we go, it feels very good. It feels very relaxing. Like 2 or 3 women lowering their long fingernails down into your hair. But what they found was there was something else missing. When you use the tingler on another person's scalp and in their hair and down their head, it magnifies the power of the tingler. It generates so much energy, one soul to the next soul, connecting through the copper conduit. The conductivity of copper combining with your positive energy, wanting to help heal, wanting to help aid a friend, a relative, somebody in stress, somebody in distress with a horrible migraine headache or anxiety or stress from their job, from their life. It magnifies the energy of the tingler, the power of the tingler, and you collect so much negative pain and anguish into the nerve endings connected to you, connected to the tingler, that it can stop a headache. I've actually seen it stop a headache within minutes, seconds of being used. And the person just melt and all their muscles relax and all the knots in their muscles relax. It's amazing. Like 3 or 4 women's hands just scraping up and down onto your scalp. Would you like it if I demonstrated how the tingler works? I'll show you so you know it's safe. And I'll practice first on my own head, as I've already showed you once before. You lower it down gently, softly, through the hair, down the scalp. You can twist it as you turn it. You can lower it down slowly. You can even go real fast. You can work the back or the front. You can even touch it to the base of the human spine. And gently, slowly, methodically ease it up and down onto the person's head until you feel their anxiety and their stress and their headache pulling up the copper piping and into the collection bin to be released out away from their body. Would you like me to use the tingler on your head to help you relieve your stress? Okay, I thought you would. Alright. Well, let me lower it down slowly. Can you feel it? There it is. Turning, twisting, touching your head in 10 or 12 different places all at once. Isn't it amazing? You can work the back of your head. There you go. Do you feel the stress coming out of your body? I can see it in your eyes. Your forehead's not wrinkled up anymore. I can actually see the stress slowly dissolving. And your worry wrinkles are fading on your head. And your eyes are starting to get more and more relaxed. It's amazing the power of the tingler to allow another human being to see someone totally relaxed, totally coming at peace. That's right. Breathe in and breathe out. Just let that headache go away. Let that headache just go right up the wires out of your body into the tingler. The wires of the tingler taking all of that negative energy. And when the tingler gets out of whack and bent the wrong way, you just pull it back off, slowly bend the wires to touch those special areas on your head that need extra attention. Because everybody deserves a little relaxation. Everybody deserves some relaxation and a good head massage. Just let all that negative, hurtful pain that the modern world brings, just let it collect all the ions, all the negative electrons up into the head of the tingler right here. That's right. And let your body relax. And then we'll bend the wires plastic tips of the Tingler gently massage your head, make you feel so good about yourself, make you feel so relaxed. Not one of the wires is just like the other. They all look different. They're all bent in different ways. They're all bent in different directions, touching your head in a million different places. Look at the gaps between them. Not even the gaps of the Tingler are the same. Some are close, some are further away, some are farther and farther away. Just like all that negative energy being collected up through the wires, up, and away into the sky, gone and released out of your body. That's right. And now your headache is gone, and you feel some real relief. I remember when my wife brought this home, and her cousin said, "Could you do it to me? Could you use the Tingler on my head?" So I got a headache from the long drive home. And my wife did it through her long red hair. And all of a sudden, it was like every line, every wrinkle, every stress mark in her face just went away and up into the Tingler, and her headache and her head relaxed, and all her muscle fatigue was gone, and she was smiling and happy, and she was in a good place because all of that negativity was gone just by somebody, another human being, taking the time to use the Tingler to help that person have some relaxation and some peace in their life. And there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody deserves a little peace and a little rest and a little relaxation, especially you. Your life is stressful enough without making it worse. And then my wife sat down and had her cousin take the Tingler. I remember very clearly. All bent in strange ways, all bent in different angles, different points. And her cousin took the Tingler and she lowered it in to her long brown hair, slowly and up and down. And just like I said before, the Tingler slowly but surely took all of the stress, all of the wrinkles out of her forehead, and her eyes relaxed, and her head relaxed, and her neck relaxed, and all the muscles in her back relaxed. And she sat back in the chair, and when the Tingler came off of her head, you could see she was ready to fall asleep. Right there in that chair, eased back from a long drive. All that stress, all that soreness, all that headache, all that pain, off of her head and into the Tingler, collected and removed and dispersed out into the world, away from her body, away from her spirit, away from her heart, away from her mind, her soul at peace, tranquil, pleasant, relaxed, happy. The Tingler was then used on me for the first time. And my wife took the Tingler and she lowered it down onto my very short hair. As a man, I have very short hair and a receding hairline. And I wear glasses, but it doesn't matter. She took the Tingler down my head, easing it on, twisting it because my hair was short around my scalp, letting the wires hit millions and millions of neurons, millions and millions of nerve endings, all through my head, all through my scalp and my skull, and collected all of that negative energy. And I relaxed. My forehead was relieved of all the headache and pressure and stresses of the day. All gone and collected. And I was at peace. And I was very happy. And we took the Tingler and we placed it back onto my wife's dresser in the bedroom, inside a very, very soft velvet bag with pull string. And that's where the Tingler stays until we need it again. And you can bend it in different directions. You can bend it all up and put it away so it's safe and it won't fall apart and it won't break. And she put it up in the bag, and as it laid in that bag, over time all of the negative energy from the three of us eased out through the end of the Tingler, out into the world and away from all of us. And many, many years of peace and relaxing head massages came and went, and the Tingler aided my family, my marriage, and my friends lead a more relaxing life. Because it is an actual, real, affordable ASMR device that anybody can have and anybody can use and anybody can become an expert at. Just like rubbing a balloon on somebody's head, collecting all of that negative energy, and then letting the balloon go out, away with all that negative energy into the air, and it floats away and it's gone forever. That, everyone, is the Tingler. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little different than my usual spooky, scary videos. If you'd like to see more ASMR devices that I own, I have several, and all of them help people relax, help people find peace and tranquility in their life. And that's my gift to you, is that I hope you watch this video and you find peace, tranquility, relaxation, and rest